I've spoken about a lot of people, but I've not spoken about Advocate Teffo. We all know for a fact now, Uguti, we now have the Senzo Meyiwa trial because of who Advocate Teffo. Just to those who doesn't know who Advocate Teffo, who doesn't have a bit of history about who Advocate Teffo. Now, I'm happy to tell you that we do have a Senzo Meyiwa trial because of Advocate Teffo. Now, Advocate Teffo fought for the Senzo Meyiwa trial whilst it was still down at Boksburg, whilst these people were not interested in having or in us seeing what was happening in court. But Advocate Teffo was there. He's one of those who fought for us to see the case on television. So the case today is on television simply because of the likes of Advocate. Therefore, with that being said, I want us to talk about the man and the man himself. Right? So not a lot, but there are things that I think it's good to highlight some of the things about Advocate Teffo. Yeah, Advocate Daniel Malisela Teffo. Bambiza, the people's advocate. Well, you want to know or you want to ask me why the people's advocate? I don't know. All I know is that people or he's being referred to as the people's advocate. Okay. We know his name is Malisela Daniel Teffo. Present. Marital status. Married. Children. 3. Now, there comes a story. Let's talk about cases that he was once involved in. Obviously, the case that I and many of you, we got to know him. It was because of the Senzo Meyiwa trial, right? Yes. And then it is believed that he studied through university. Obviously, how was he going to obtain the LLB? But when you check, it's not easy to find that information. I'm going to say this. Whatever I'm going to say today, I have a Advocate Teffo's number. I can call him, but I'm not going to do so. Look, I just wanted to go on the internet and see what I can find. On the day that I have an interview with Advocate Teffo, we'll bring some of those things and then he will clarify. Are we together? I knew you will be together with me. You know what I'm saying? So, I think before we proceed, before we take off and give more information, let's do this. If you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people, because to subscribe it is free, to like the video it is free, to comment in the comment section below it is free of charge, to click the notification bell it is free of charge, to share this video it is free of charge, to watch this video until the end it is free of charge. Also, good people, come on, to watch the ads it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the super thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel, and you know what I'm saying, we'll bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed. Okay, so let's proceed here. Yeah, like I said, admission. Okay, let's talk about how did he get there? He gets there. It says that he is admitted as an advocate in South Africa, advocate of the High Court in South Africa. Though the exact year is unspecified, his career gained traction in 2010s. So we all know, one thing that we know about Advocate Teffo, he spoke about it, that he had represented a lot of it represents a lot of people who were kicked out from the South African Police Service. He also said that he's won number of cases with those people as well. So yeah, Advocate Teffo, the case that we now know is the Senzo Meyiwa case. He had said that in terms of the win rate, he represented people and won their cases. And that's one of the things that basically it makes him a threat to the South African Police Service, because if you look at the win rate, Advocate Teffo, you will notice there's a podcast that you must go and see. Can see that the people of that podcast, the person who owns that podcast is Kululeko and Culture, is no longer posting on that podcast. Let me remove this thing, guys, in front of me here. It's just disturbing me. Okay, just a bit. There we go. Yeah. So we know, as a matter of fact, from the person, or from the likes of who's this person, from the likes of podcasting Nkuluko and Culture, where Advocate Teffo was talking about the fact that out of 20 cases he won 19 and lost one. Do you still remember that? He won 19 and lost one. Against most of his cases were about people who have worked for the South African Police Service. So we always knew that because of that, he was going to be a threat. It was a matter of fact. He was going to be a threat. But he has done a lot representing in the beginning of the Senzo Meyiwa trial around 2022, he represented all 4 people, right? It was basically in court, it will be him and Advocate Mshololo. Because if I remember vividly, accused number 5 will always be represented by Advocate Mshololo. Yeah, he constantly represented these 4 people. Then fast forward, he brought the likes of Toban, Attorney Toban, as well to the case. The case was, at that time, I think the case took place around 2021, 2022, because in 2023, 17 July, that's when we started afresh with the current judge, which is Judge Ratamo Kgwatleng. I'm just checking some of the things that we know we could find or we couldn't find on the internet about him. At some point it was said that he was subjected, he was subjected to mental health assessment, of which he passed, by the way. So they said, it was said he's mentally disturbed. So then he was subjected to that, and then he passed. I won't talk about what happened after that, because that thing as well. Yeah. And then I'm right now he's quiet. Very, very, very quiet. I think I haven't done justice because I've not checked on him. You must blame me on that one. So, you will remember that I interviewed people who have been represented by Advocate Teffo. The justice system failed them, but the bottom line is that they were represented by Advocate Teffo. So those things are not there on the internet, but fact remains unchanged, and that is, it is there. So I think with this profiling thing, it is about time, because people must understand this. This profiling thing, if you have watched these videos where I profile people, if, for instance, you are a doctor, a lawyer, anybody that wants services, wants people, what I've done, I've proven to you guys that yes, you want clients, yes, you want people to come your way, but in South Africa, people, South African black professions, to be specific, you guys need to work on these things. Putting the necessary information out there on the internet. Write it as a CV of some sort, or something like, make sure that you attend these interviews, you make friends with journalists where they can help talk about you, where you know what I'm saying? Even if it's a podcast, these days we can translate a podcast into a transcribed record and publish that as well. It can help once there is such information about that specific lawyer, There are people who can obstruct or something from that video or that podcast interview and post it as an article. Like we've seen with about IOL, they will look at, for instance, who said what and take that and publish it look as an article. It's going to help for the next person who's looking for your CV, who's looking for your previous work, to say, can I hire this person? What has they done before? So Black professionals, this is a challenge to you. You guys are nowhere to be found when we search for you, but yet you want to be hired. Black excellence, blah, blah, blah. But you don't understand that the world is moving towards fourth industrial revolution now. South Africa, yes, others are already ahead of it. They are in it, but South Africa is moving towards it. So for us to find this information, for you to get a job, for you to get a client, it depends also on these things. When they search on the internet, what do they find? And I'm making these as a proposal to all these professional, all of you guys, lawyers. And I'm glad I'm seeing lawyers now on TikTok, driving their clients on using TikTok. I'm glad. But we need to see more of that so that when we search for you, you show up. On TikTok right now, I know a few lawyers who will talk about marriage contract. I know for a fact, if I want that in my TikTok, I know that, like it or not, they will show up. I will watch their videos. They are doing well. I can now recommend them because of their content on TikTok. So to the likes of Advocate Tim Shololo, I know you're big, but you still need to do a bit of, of media presence so that when we search, we find the profile. You will have to decide, what do you want to put there? But make sure that terms of us profiling you, make it easier for us. Advocate Nxumalo, Mnisi, Athene Ramsipile, all of the lawyers, all of the other professions, doctors who are running their own practice, doctors who've got their own, maybe it's called what doctors, but whatever thing that you want, whenever you want people, these are the times where now you must make use of these things. So yeah, that's the message. I'm gonna be interviewing people on my podcast, and yeah, I've got a plan with these professions. I'm coming for you guys. So watch out for that one. Till we meet again, good people. Please take care.